Hello, guys. So today we are going to discuss a critical geopolitical development involving the United States, United Kingdom, and the island nation of Mauritius. With Donald Trump set to assume the office as US President in Jan 2025, there is already a discussion about his potential impact on, Diego Garcia military base in the Indian Ocean. This decision actually could reshape alliances and it can influence power dynamics across the region. So in this session, we are going to explore why this military base is so significant and the history behind it and what Trump's stance could mean for India and the world. So guys, let's get started. I'll share the PPT and we'll explain. Okay, so I hope you can see the screen. Right. Okay. So, guys, let's look at the strategic importance of Diego Garcia. So, if you see, Diego Garcia is a small but very powerful military base situated in the Indian Ocean, south of India. So, it serves as a critical operational point for U.S. military, and it is hosting the U.S. Air Force, Navy, and Army. So, this base is equipped with nuclear weapons and some advanced military technologies and positioning the US to respond swiftly to any threats in Asia. Okay, so this, Diego Garcia is crucial for America's global strategy, particularly as it provides strategic coverage for any potential conflicts in Asia. So that's why this area is very important. You can go through the slides, you'll get more information. And Okay, so let's look at this dispute also, the Chagos Archipelago dispute. So Diego Garcia is part of the Chagos Archipelago, a group of islands that were under the British control during the colonial times. And in 1965, the United Kingdom, at the request of US, separated the Chagos Island from Mauritius. And that again made it a British overseas territory. Subsequently, the UK allowed the US to establish a military base in Diego Garcia. So this arrangement remained largely uncontested until Mauritius gained independence in 1968. So from 65, 68, again, there is no problem. And, after gaining independence in 1968, claimed that Chagos Island, including Diego, Garcia, rightfully belonged to Mauritius. So now let's look at Mauritius stand also. So this is a timeline which you can go through the slide. So if you see for decades, Mauritius have demanded the return of Chagos Islands, okay? And their claim is that, or they were stating that they were unlawfully separated from their territory before independence. And in 2024, the UK and Mauritius actually reached a historic agreement where UK pledged to return the Chagos Island to Mauritius. But this deal includes a clause that allow the US to retain its military base on Diego Garcia through a leasing arrangement. So with an annual payment made to Mauritius. So UK and Mauritius came with an agreement that this island will be given back to return to Mauritius, but the American base should be there on a leasing manner, and Mauritius will keep getting the rent for that. Now let's look at Trump's opposition on the a deal and the concerns also. See, Trump's potential stance on his agreement, this agreement actually has, come with a lot of controversy, and he's not in favor of transferring the control of Diego Garcia to Mauritius. Why? Because he's fearing instability in the region. He worries that Mauritius is not like UK, of course, and may someday challenge the US president if its political stance shift, potentially under the influence of countries like China. So if there is a good influence which can come from China, what the Trump expecting us, there can be a political shifting also which can happen, and they can claim this setup also. So Trump basically believed that US need firm control over this Diego Garcia without relying on leases or the fluctuating policies of other nation. So this is why Trump is actually opposing this deal. Now, if you look at implications of U.S.-U.K. Mauritius relation, see, Trump's push to undo this deal. Trump don't want this deal to happen, right? UK-Mauritius agreement. It could strain the relation between the three countries, in fact, US and both the UK and Mauritius. So the current British Prime Minister, have shown, a more independent approach and maybe unwilling to fully comply with the Trump's demands. So they have taken a decision, and UK have taken a decision with another country, and it actually affects their sovereignty also if you have to cancel this agreement because of Trump's influence, right? So it can definitely affect the relation between the countries. And this disagreement could lead to a diplomatic tension and complicate UK's relation with US and the Mauritius also, especially if Trump insists on a more direct US control over the Diego Garcia. What could be the impact on India? See, if you see this, Diego Garcia location in the Indian Ocean make it strategically significant for India, and it is very important for India also. So the base, actually act as a counterbalance to China's growing influence in the region. So here, when the US have set the base, it actually acts as a very good counterbalance of China's growth in this and influence in this region. And if you see from India's perspective, a strong US presence in Diego Garcia, that will actually ensure the security and stability in the Indian Ocean, and that will deter the potential threats also. Any Chinese threats or any other threats for that matter won't be there. So that will act as a deterrence, and it is actually a good security for India and Indian Ocean. So the thing is that if the US faces challenges in maintaining this base, China may attempt to expand its reach, which could disrupt the power balance that India actually favors at this point of time. So, again, this is actually the question. If China can influence Mauritius, Mauritius can claim that, and then US cannot solely depend on that lease agreement, and that can change the power dynamics, and the issues can be created under China's influence, which may be possible. Let's look at the future. So, see, as Trump was going to take office by 2025 Jan, Mauritius is growing increasingly anxious about his intentions. So Trump's reluctance to honor this UK Mauritius agreement actually raises uncertainty over the future of this Diego Garcia. So if Trump chooses to break the deal, it would send a clear message to the US prioritizing strategic military interest over diplomatic negotiation. So this move could lead to prolonged legal and diplomatic battles. As I told you, it's between one country to other country, and on the opposite side, even if you ignore Mauritius, the opposite side it is a United Kingdom. So it is actually questioning the sovereignty of that country, or in fact, it is actually questioning the sovereignty of two countries if some other country is asking them to cancel the deal between the two nations. So it can lead to diplomatic tensions and battles and legal issues also in future. So guys, let's see in the coming months, we'll see what is actually going to happen. And Diego Garcia's fate holds significance not only for US and Mauritius, but also for India. Because of its interest in the Indian Ocean and growing influence of China. So for India, the best outcome might be the continued US presence in the Diego Garcia, as it helped to curb China's influence in the region, and it will also act as deterrence to any others, and that is actually good for that's India's interest, if you see. So let's see, as Trump's term begins, we'll keep an eye on his approach towards Diego Garcia, and see how it is going to impact the global dynamics and the diplomatic relation between these three countries also. So guys, that's about this session. What is your thoughts? You can comment below. See you guys in the next session.